Oh, hello there. Sorry, I was just reading. No, I wasn't. Pages are blank. No one reads anymore. It's all about TV. Hi, I'm Michael Sanchez, and I'm a 27-year-old restaurant manager in Arizona. I'm currently enrolled at Full Sail University in the Creative Writing for Entertainment degree program. Not many kids say they want to be a creative writer when they grow up, so how did I get here? Well, it all started in high school. So this story begins like a lot of my high school stories. My girlfriend was mad at me one day, so she thought it would be funny to enter me into the Mr. Marcos pageant, which is just like a beauty pageant for guys. It was for charity, so I was guilted into staying into it, but it was a week before and I didn't have a talent yet. I asked my teacher for her advice, and she said that I should do stand-up comedy so I can funnel my need for attention into something other than distracting my classmates. So that week, I wrote and I performed my very first stand-up set, and it was awful. But I still got second place, and I won a $20 gift card. The footage has recently been found, and reluctantly, I am going to show you a little bit of it. Oh well. Anyway, that experience was the first time that I had felt like I found a loophole in the system. I was actually getting paid to make people laugh, and I decided this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. An immature bout of the early 20s led me to drop out of a couple different colleges. By my mid-20s, I was scrambling to find a purpose in life. I decided to fully invest myself in becoming a restaurant manager. While I was successful, I met a girl at the time, and she could tell I wasn't happy. She completely changed the whole trajectory of my life, refusing to let me settle for a career that I wasn't passionate about. I woke up to this most mornings.
Go back to school.
How do you say no to that combination of adorable and intimidating? Oh man, he cleans up nice, doesn't he? You may be wondering why the change, and it's because my 10-year goal is to win one of these. And my girlfriend would definitely make me shave and dress up for an Emmy ceremony. Despite the picture, it is my goal to win a whole Emmy, but that's the only free image I could find. The current trophies I own, and the merits behind them, have done nothing for me financially. This one, Outstanding 5th grade math student 1998, and 10 years later, Professors vs. Frat Boys basketball MVP. I think an Emmy would thoroughly round out my I think an Emmy would thoroughly round out my trophy case and represent a natural progression of my accomplishments. The Emmy itself isn't necessarily what I want, but everything that it represents. The Emmy itself isn't necessarily what I want, but everything it represents. It would mean that I would be running my own show and I didn't get canceled. It would validate all my work that I put in and I plan to put in. My ultimate dream is to create and write my own television show, and an Emmy would be a tangible symbol of that dream coming true. Now, I realize that I'm nowhere near where I need to be in order to achieve my goal, so I have to pick up a few skills along the way. The first is time management. As you can see, I can have trouble submitting things in on time. The younger me would have used being extremely busy as an excuse, but all successful people are extremely busy. That's how they get that way. I've never had a job outside of the restaurant industry, so my contacts within the television industry are sorely lacking. I can't even break 50 followers on Twitter. I hope to not only learn networking strategies, but I hope to meet many new peers and professors along the way that can help me break into the industry. Another skill I want to learn is how to use a Mac. My dad is big on brand loyalty when it comes to electronics, so we've always been a PC family. However, Googling how to edit movies for this project has mostly taught me that this would have been a lot easier on a Mac. Every time I see a picture of a writer's room, it's filled with Macs. Check out this photo of the House of Cards writer's room. There are 6 Macs in there. One for every Emmy award the show has won. After I graduate, I plan on trying to become a staff writer for a show. Any show, really. Even after I graduate, my writing will still have plenty of room to grow. The best way to improve is to constantly practice, and a staff writing job will give me ample opportunity to do just that. To even get the job, I will need to write and submit spec scripts of existing shows. This job will also expose me to a whole new group of people for networking. I'll also be able to gain the perspective of a staff writer, which will help me when I have my own staff to manage. Before I can dive headfirst into making my own sitcom, I have to learn the ins and outs of what goes into making a TV show. This includes how to interact in a writer's room, the way advertising affects script structures, and how to deal with the FCC. Within those 10 years, I could have 10 different jobs, so I'm going to have to be willing to persevere. The TV industry can be a finicky business, and jobs can be lost through no fault of the writers. I'm going to have to continue to write spec scripts and land jobs on different writing staffs to gain the most comprehensive picture of the industry that I can. Besides my charming personality, I plan on using these many different jobs I'll probably have to network. I'm a team player when there is a clear goal, and I'll have to exhibit that. Even if a show I'm working on is doomed, I will continue to put in the work to try and make it better. Head writers will always latch on to different projects after finishing one, and it is up to me to convince them to bring me along or recommend me to someone else they know. They say networking is all about who you know, but it's also about your reputation. I think the unique combination of training in writing and in management will allow me I think that my unique combination of training in writing and in management will allow me to be successful in this industry. Jerry Seinfeld said that comedy is squeezing everything you can out of a subject until there's nothing left. I plan on taking that same mentality in my sitcom work. I want to provide a more interactive experience for the fans that extends past merely watching the show. The fans are what keeps the entertainment industry in business, so I want to reward those that are looking to develop a relationship with their TV shows, like I have. My voice could be described as that of an obsessive fan that writes their own fan fiction. I believe that in order for the industry to evolve, we have to recognize the greatness that has preceded it and use it as inspiration for our own original work. I aim to give a voice to those that are usually underrepresented in the entertainment industry. With all the workplace comedies out there, none of them are really centered around a restaurant. I've always felt like there was a huge gap in perspective between restaurant employees and patrons, and I hope that my show would help with that. Perhaps some unruly viewers will see the absurdity of certain customer behaviors and correct their own bad habits accordingly. I want there to be a fair representation of minorities on screen and behind the screens as well. Increasing diversity in the industry can only open up new experiences and perspective to create even more compelling stories. All in all, I just want to be part of the industry that I've come to fall in love with. Thank you for dealing with my webcam, vlog, YouTube style project. And I hope someday that I can thank you guys in my Emmy speech.